What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast, coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow podcast brothers, Dorian, the D.A. Alberton, James, the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, and Daryl, D-Dub Warren. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel. Sports Chasers Podcast. We can be found on all podcast platforms, plus all social media platforms by searching Sports Chasers Podcast. All information is in our bio. Please be advised, at times there may be some explicit and colorful language. We are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
What up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's another Thursday. It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Excuse my voice. I am a little bit underneath the weather, but I'm here. Nonetheless, I'm here. Another Thursday night. A lot to delve in, to get into with sports. We're going to talk about we're going to start off with golf. We got my man Derwin Cooper in the building tonight. He's going to start off with the U.S. Open and the controversy with the LIV golf. The guys going to the LIV side of golf. But with that said, we're going to start from my left to right on my screen. We're going to start with the D.A. D.A., what's up, brother? What's going on? Introduce the crew.
Yo, what's good? You know, got to see to believe. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 MCs.
Okay. All right. You pulled that one out the bag. All right.
Oh yeah. That's some early 1980s hip hop, like real early.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
That might have been before most of these cats' mothers was born. So, yeah.
Thank you, D.A., for going back in time there. D-Dog, what's up, brother?
D.A. digging in the crates was really good. What's going on, fellas?
Good, man.
Just
good.
Another Thursday. Good. Sports Chasers Thursday. What's good?
Man, we're good. The Angry One should be joining us shortly.
Yeah.
But we got a lot to get into tonight. We're gonna start off with golf. Then we're gonna segue to the NBA. But we got our golf contributor in the building here, Derwin Cooper. What's up, brother? What's going on, man? Say what's up to the folks out there in podcast.
I'm well, fellas. Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody out there.
Oh, what's up, man?
Thank you for coming, brother.
Once again.
This is my pleasure this evening. I'm telling you, there's some stuff went down last weekend we have to talk about.
I heard it. I heard it.
Listen, the fellas was chomping at the bit all weekend, all week. We'll talk about the U.S. Open, man. But yo, I want you to just get to the LIV. Let's get to the LIV stuff, man. Go ahead.
Let me get into it. So this past weekend, golf fans were treated to the debut of LIV Golf. Series of tournaments going to be played globally, although half their tournaments going to be on U.S. soil. The key component is this is sponsored by the Saudi government. Now, the PGA Tour and their sponsors, they're not really good fans when it comes to competition, plucking away their pool of talent, because it kind of affects their tournaments. So, for example, at the end of July, you have the Rocket Mortgage Classic going on in Detroit. And that same weekend, there's going to be a LIV Golf event over in Bedminster, New Jersey. And so PGA Tour is afraid that if we allow our golfers to do what they want to do, what will happen is the field at certain tournaments is going to be weakened. Our sponsors won't like that. Ticket sales are going to be down, et cetera, et cetera. So there's some fear going on right now with the PGA Tour. LIV Golf is very different from what I've seen last weekend. So they're like 8 tournaments. They only play 3 days versus 4 days that the PGA does. And most of their events are scheduled around a time where there's not anything major going on in the PGA. So there's some downtime in the PGA schedule where a lot of the guys take off anyway. But again, hey, PGA is afraid. And so the big drawing card for LIV Golf is the prize money is just astronomical right now, right? So, for example, you have a guy, Charles Schwartzel. He won the first LIV Golf event this past weekend. And they got a little team aspect going on, but they make even more money. So this guy, for 3 days of golf, he takes home $4.75 million, right?
Let's go.
And the problem is that's more money than he has made on the PGA Tour in the last 4 years. So if I get on the plane this weekend and go to London for a week and make 4 times my annual salary, I'm going. I'm out. So that's where the PGA is scared to death.
I'm sorry. What's the problem?
Brother D, I'm carrying your bags, man.
What's the problem?
If I got to carry one club at a time, D, I'm there. We going.
So it's about 12 to 15 invited players so far from the PGA Tour that have signed contracts saying, hey, I want to play in those 8 LIV Golf events. PGA turns around and suspends those guys for violating some rules for being PGA members. But they can still play in some of the majors because the majors aren't ran by the PGA Tour. Like this week, you have the US Open going on. That's controlled by the USGA, like a different governing body for golf. The Masters controlled strictly by Augusta. And of course, the British Open is controlled by the people over in the UK. So there's only one major they can't play in anyway.
So wait a minute. The PGA don't own the rest of these?
The other major, they own the PGA Championship. That's the only major where they have say-so over everything. The other majors, they do not. I didn't know that either. It's kind of weird. But the problem is that, so for decades, we've had some players on the PGA Tour also play on the European Tour.
Yeah.
That's like Ian Poulter's like, I've been doing this for 25 years. Who are you to tell me I can't do this now? This makes no sense. So the U.S. judicial system will be deciding if a workforce can be locked out. So they're going to be looking at some labor agreements, et cetera. They're going to be discussing things in court. Ian Poulter has filed the first lawsuit saying, you guys are dead wrong. I'm going to challenge you. You're dead wrong. As a matter of fact, a few months ago, in early February, there was an event on the Asian Tour held in Saudi Arabia, sponsored by the same people that's funding this LIV Golf, and 30 PGA players were allowed to go play in February. That's the event that Harold Varner won.
Yeah,
in Saudi Arabia. So how can 30 guys be okay to go in February, but in June now I'm suspended? Like, what are y'all doing, man?
Yeah, it's right. It's not a good look for a PGA at all.
And the PGA is frightened. Okay, what if LIV Golf? Like right now, LIV Golf doesn't have a TV contract. So in order to watch it last week, you had to go to YouTube. It was commercial free, but in 5 hours, you saw the whole tournament. So they do a shotgun start, which means we only got 48 golfers. Everybody goes up to a certain hole. I mean, different holes, and they start at the same time. So everybody's done at the same time. And it's only 3 days versus 4 days. So less wear and tear on your body, right? And
more money,
right? And so, like, today was round 1 of the US Open. Them guys got started like before 7 o'clock this morning. And here it is almost 8 o'clock. And there are a couple of guys still on the course. Like, so no TV network's gonna carry your show for 13 hours. So that's why golf is only on like 3 hours here, 4 hours there, things like that. It's an all-day thing. And being a golf dad, you know, I remember my kid was younger, man. Golf would sometimes be like, dude, when this is gonna end, you know? When do you tee off? Like, why are we still out here? You know? So it's gonna be interesting what happens to LIV Golf next year. So they got the 8 events scheduled for this year. What happens next year? The PGA doesn't know. The PGA is scared to death that this thing is going to get legs and they get a TV contract and more players start to sign and say, forget the PGA. I'm going to get this money. I'm going to play less golf. I'm going to make more money. And my quality of life is better.
So if I may, Derwin?
Yes.
Outside dude looking in, you know, just from my favorite part of things. financial, pragmatic. So if I'm hearing this correctly, right? One, the LIV guys, they're paying more money, right?
So the Saudi government has endless pockets, right?
Yeah. Well, listen, I will not get into the government Saudi U.S. thing, right? I'm not even going to go there.
Right.
Read a book. If you want to know, read a book, and that's the top of hypocrisy within all this, right? But we'll keep it on. We'll keep it on the course, right?
Keep it sports related, right?
Yeah. All right. So 2, they're playing tournaments on essentially, we'll call them off weekends when there are not major U.S.
Right.
golf
Exactly.
So,
right. So what's the fear, right?
Right. Yeah. So they're giving you a play. They gave the PGA a play, right? Because what I'm saying is any endeavor is, if we're going to call it an endeavor, is a thought out endeavor, right? And I'm just trying to let people, don't think that the folks who started this LIV thing weren't sitting in the bar drunk one night and say, "Hey, we're gonna do this, LIV." That's not what happened, right? So,
no, not at all.
All right.
No.
So they did that, right? So now we got 2 things. Right? We got the money and the off weekends, right? Third thing is, and this is the biggest thing I think nobody really catches, the shotgun start and
it's a team event also.
Team event and the 3 days.
It's 3 days ago. Exactly.
Now, no one here thinks that what LIV is doing, they're doing because they heard golfers complain about the 4-day bullshit and starting at 8 one day and ending at 8 the next day, and then starting at the right. And
then you add a day on, because on Wednesday at a normal PGA event on Wednesday, you're making most of the players play in a pro-am with the corporate sponsors who paid money to play alongside a pro for the day. It's a money grab, right? So I got to be out here 5 days with these guys.
So the guys like, listen,
people who don't even play.
Right. I finish up on a Sunday in one city. I fly to the next city that night. And by Tuesday, you're already controlling my schedule. It's like, man, I got 1 day off and I'm back at it. I'm back having to be somewhere I don't want to be at a certain time.
And like you said, listen, man, it's better for the golfer's body, right? It keeps them, they're feeling better. And like I said, what they're doing has had to come from hearing complaints of golfers.
Yes.
And then guys said, let's do this. Like, it's just not all a gimmick. Like, guys like, yo, listen, they probably heard golfers say, man, damn, it's 4 days, whatever it is. So now we're sitting here saying, like, listen, PGA, you don't control most of these events anyway. We're giving you a play because we're doing it on your days off, right? So we're not necessarily competing with you, but the reality is competition only breeds better players, right? So if your dudes get right and our dudes get right, then we don't have the situation that we were talking about some months ago, Derwin, when you were saying, listen, dudes go hard and some dudes don't go as hard anymore because they're still going to be in the top, blah, 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 and get $1 million anyway, right? So that doesn't happen now.
Mm-hmm.
Now dudes got to go hard, right?
So if I may interject, I don't have the energy.
Go ahead, Kev.
Hold on. I'm sorry. If I may interject, because I don't have the strength to do the devil's advocate's voice. But what about and I think DA and Daryl's gonna look at me crazy when I say this. Well, you got guys like Rory, who's he's on the other side of the spectrum. He's talking about loyalty and
history
and
the
legacy and stuff like that. How important is that?
He's getting a check, Kev. Stop the bullshit. He's getting that backroom check to say this because he don't believe it. He don't believe it because he pulls out when he feels it. When he feels like he don't want to be there, and he don't look right, and he don't feel right. What about your legacy then?
Rory McIlroy, right? Staggering. 100. He's value net worth $170 million.
Yeah. So months ago, when LIV Golf was first being talked about, everybody was pledging their allegiance to the PGA Tour, how they weren't going nowhere, et cetera, et cetera. And then a few months go by, all of a sudden you find out, hey, there's 12 to 15 guys that have signed up. There's going to be more guys. So the next LIV event is end of the month out in Portland, Oregon. And there's going to be 3 or 4 more players from the PGA Tour going to be playing in that event. Say, okay, guys, like the Bryson DeChambeau, Patrick Reed, probably Ricky Fowler. These guys are making a move.
Here's my thing. How do you stop somebody, a grown man, to say, I want another bag? Even if I got money and I have an opportunity to make more money, ain't that America?
This basic capitalism what we do, right? But all the PGA Tours,
right?
No, you
value for value.
Tour. You remember of our tour, you can't do that.
Oh no. This sounds like the
so the courts are gonna
right?
The courts are gonna be like, no, you guys can't deny somebody.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
My thing is, you're a member of
it's entertainment. It's entertainment, right?
You're not on the team. Like, they don't sign a contract with the PGA to be there every week because they're not. If they did, then they would be there every week.
So as a PGA Tour member, you are required to play in X number of tournaments per year.
Okay,
it's not a whole lot, but it's a minimum requirement to play. You got to make X amount of dollars per year, or you do lose your card. So you got to play. You got to cash out and make some money. Yes, or you won't be on tour the next year.
Yeah, or make them some money. You mean?
Yeah, of course you're making the money by being in the mix. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
So speaking of Rory McIlroy, so earlier today he was kind of like a day one leader at the U.S. Open, but the problem is Rory won last week at the PGA Tour event in Canada. And what I want to share with you all is nobody has played the week before the U.S. Open and won. Like if you win the week before the U.S. Open, nobody has won the following week at the U.S. Open since like 1935. So he's not winning this week. History, it'd be like 80-some years since anybody's done what he's trying to do. Bro, it ain't going to happen. He had a meltdown today on hole 17 or 18 in the bunker. There's a big delay somewhere. He misses a shot. He gets mad. He becomes a little kid, and he's splashing in the sand with his club in anger. Like, you already defeated, bro. You what are you doing? Mm-hmm. You can't do that.
And you're selling the PGA how?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so this is the third major of the year. Of course, you can't win a major the first day. You can shoot yourself out of it, but you can't win it the first day. But I do want to say that this country club they're playing at this week, Brookline Country Club up in Massachusetts, pretty historic site. That country club was one of the 5 charter members that formed the USGA back, 1890 something or another, the year after the place was built. 20 years later, one of their own caddies, an amateur who grew up in a house across the street from the country club, 20-year-old kid actually wins the U.S. Open. Unheard of, because that was a time when the European guys dominated golf. Like, they had been probably playing the British Open probably 30, 35 years before there was a U.S. Open, so to speak. And this grew the game of golf tremendously. I mean, back when this took place, it's 1913 I'm talking about. And so within the next 7-year period, the game of golf grows from there's 1,000 more golf courses all of a sudden in America, because we're now interested in golf based on what this kid did in Boston. We go from maybe 350,000 people that play golf back then, and like 10 years later, we got over 2 million people playing golf. So it was a big boom to golf when this kid pulled it off up at Brookline, 1930. There's actually a movie about it called The Greatest Game Ever Played. Pretty good golf movie. Yeah, et cetera. But the guy who's leading today, the U.S. Open final round, first round just ended. And funny, the guy who's leading, Adam Hadwin, is leading at -4, and he didn't even qualify for the U.S. Open. He got in as alternate because somebody else pulled out yesterday. And he's the day one leader. That's how competitive, and that's how, if anybody can win any week, why are you giving these guys a hard time by going to make some money? You got other guys on tour who could use those starts to help make them some money to meet their requirement for keeping their card every year. So I don't. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Derwin. Let me ask you this one. So with that said, right, with the LIV thing coming, what do you think it's going to happen in the future with this? Is there going to be some kind of reconciliation between both, or what do you think?
Well, so it's going to be a lawsuit, because you're not going to lock out what's going to be, in a couple months, could be 20, 30 players. You can't lock them out when you let 30 of them play back in February. So in court, you're going to lose. But at some point, you got to let these guys back in. They got to be embraced into the brotherhood again. Because right now, this week, they're looking at each other sideways up on the range at the U.S. Open, not talking to each other. There's a lot of mudslinging and name calling going on in these interviews back on Wednesday or Tuesday this week. It's bad right now, but it's all fear of the unknown.
And I say have a fist fight, man. Right?
Yeah,
right
I really can't speculate what. So LIV Golf, although it's funded by the Saudi government, their CEO person who's running the thing is Greg Norman, a former PGA player. So he knows kind of how golf should look and be ran, so they're afraid that he knows all the PGA Tour problems from being a former player, and he's going to make LIV Golf suit what a player wants. And they are scared to death that they're going to lose the talent pool. Well, just grow some new superstars. What's the big deal? You got your Corn Ferry Tour. You got some APGA guys, right? Some brothers a chance to get on tour and play and make some money. So there's plenty of people out there playing that can put on a show for you. They're just not household names yet. So grow some new names. PGA Tour, grow some new names.
That's all it is.
Yeah, grow some new names.
Don't look scared. Like you have the appearance of looking scared.
They look a mess this week.
No, they are running scared. It's quite obvious.
I mean, it's a mess.
It's going to hurt the reputation of the brand because you're running from something that's only been here 3 weeks. Like, dude, relax.
They just played their first event last week. You had an event up in Canada that most guys don't go to because it's the week before a major championship. So it's normally a weekend field anyway. They convinced Roy and these other big name guys to go there and play in the Canadian Open so they have a great showing against the LIV event. Why did you do that?
Money.
You know what this reminds me of? And I think we're all a little bit older on here, and we follow wrestling. This reminds me of the wrestling's NWO. That's what the LIV reminds me of.
Disrupting
the normal stuff. Yes.
But the reality is,
go ahead, Dave, because me and Dave have been on it.
The reality is that you're not disrupting nothing. When things are still dudes are still going to play.
Play.
And you're giving guys the permission to play.
Right.
So
for this year, the people that run the other majors saying, hey, we can still let the guys play in the majors. Like this weekend, the guys still play. Mm-hmm. Those people who qualify for the British Open next month can still go to the British Open. You can't do the Ryder Cup stuff. Okay, no big deal. But guys are still going to play. And
Why can't they do the Ryder Cup stuff?
Because I think the PGA Tour has a big hand in the Ryder Cup. So you can't, you're not, because you're, so now that you're suspended from the PGA Tour, you're not going to have the points and stuff required, annual ranking, and all that stuff to compete to be one of the select. Yeah, they don't want you representing them, so to speak. Yeah, so that's what's going to happen with the Ryder Cup stuff.
But my thing is the whole suspending players is just stupid. Like, what are you suspending them from?
Yeah,
playing on weeks they wasn't going to play anyway.
No, from playing in any more PGA Tour events. So you can play. You can play in those. You can play in this week's U.S. Open because it's ran by USGA. You can play in the British Open next month because it's ran by the RNA, whatever RNA is for overseas. I don't have all the details, but those people overseas. Now, if you want to go play on the Asian tour or the Latin tour, or you can go do that.
There are other events that aren't PGA events in America that are majors. You go play at the Masters.
You can still play the Masters next year, right? Yeah. But that's not till next April. So
And so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. This is much to do about nothing.
Indeed.
Right. For now, but they're afraid of what it could be next year for them in their pocket, so to speak.
Do better.
Do better. And that's why
your pocketbook up.
That's why Phil Mickelson and Sergio and these guys who've left, because you guys got to do better.
You got to do better.
And so in an attempt to do better, what they have done this week, they've elevated the prize money for this week's event.
Imagine that. Look at that.
All of a sudden, where the money come from all of a sudden? All of a sudden, somebody's going to get paid $1 million more than the guy who won the same tournament last year. Where the money come from? The money's been
why
there.
you shaking your head?
Y'all holding
why are you shaking your head?
Out on us.
Because they had the money. They always had the money.
They always had the money. They
holding out on us. Yeah, exactly. The players are like, "Nah, y'all holding out on us, man. This is ridiculous."
Again,
we know the money is there. We talk to the sponsors when we're playing the Pro-Am wins with the sponsors. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure there's some things being discussed about how much money is being donated for the event. Money is being raised for.
They heard that at the white party when they went to the white party.
Plenty of money. There's plenty of money out there.
Derwin, I got to pressure with this question before we go into the NBA. I know DA had a question too. Hey, that you didn't touch. Hey, Tiger turned down $1 billion. Why?
So first, let's say allegedly Tiger turns down $800 million, right?
Okay.
And so if I have $800 million and I don't have my health right now, and I'm trying to honestly raise my kids, right? Why would I want to why walk? He's still chasing history, right? In his mind, he's still chasing history here.
Correct.
If Tiger had left and accepted that money and gone over there, I'm gonna play in these 8 events here. I'm done with the PGA. Man, I think the PGA is dead. I think somebody paid Tiger some other money not to do it.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Part one.
I know you may be worth $1 billion, but if someone offers you another $800 million, like how do you say no? And all you gotta do is show up 8 times. There's no cut. It's 3 days of hit and giggle golf. But are you really so concerned with your legacy? Like you really think they like you, Tiger? Like, no, bro. When the cops pull you over Mississippi, you gonna find out who you really are, dude.
Yeah, I think Tiger's like, listen, dog, I don't.
But I haven't heard from him. He gave a little small speak about, the legacy, what I'm trying to do. He doesn't want to appear to be tied with the Saudis. I'm gonna do our government sells the Saudis missiles and weapons all the time.
Oh man,
and gasoline.
Saudi.
Listen. Right? I keep it real for all the people that don't read the book. Every president we've had for the last 20 years,
hundreds of billions of dollars for weapons that we sell them, and
they hold their hands. The Saudis punk us so bad they make our presidents hold their hands when they walk. Go check it; it's real.
When our troops deploy to Saudi Arabia, they're paying our government off to come over and be peacekeeping mercenaries because they don't have the armies with themselves.
And then we have people telling us
the soldiers never got that
legacy
money, but our government got that money. I'm sorry.
What you say, D-Dub? Go ahead.
No, then you have people talk about the legacy, blah, blah, blah. Man, please. I mean, this loyalty stuff where these people ain't never been loyalty. I can't. If Tiger goes over, I hope Tiger says, you know what? Let me just grab the bag.
Well, the thing is, Tiger, like, the thing with Tiger is that's crazy is that, like, he didn't grow up rich. He grew up middle class. So he understands what money is and when he ain't. And he probably also understands that, hey, listen, dog, the amount of money I got, I'll never spend.
I'll never spend it. Yeah.
The other $800 million ain't going to change nothing for me.
Right.
Now, if it brings me headache, then, you can keep it. I'm good.
Just somebody else having demands on my time, and I don't want nothing to do with that. So
and that's what he don't want. But the PGA can't tell him to do that.
The place where he's at right now, but we cannot blame nobody else. No.
I'm on the player's side for being able to free enterprise. Do what you want to do. Go make your money and go play where you want to play. I'm all for it.
And that's all I'm saying. And I just think it depends on what side of the coin you on in your life. And which I said about Tiger, he's on that other side of the coin where he's a billionaire already.
Right.
He's made that money.
And he's made that money with taking years off from being hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And having split a lot of money with his wife, his ex-wife. Sorry,
the ex-wife. Yeah.
And he's still there. So he's like,
still made it back. Yeah.
He said, "I'm good. I don't."
The headache is name to design the course, and boom, gets paid off. Yeah.
So that's
PGA do better. That's all.
Exactly. Do better. PGA
do better by your talent.
That's it.
Do better.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
My last thing is, Derwin, you said something that made so much sense when you said it, was that if Greg Norman is an ex-player.
Yes.
So he knows where the bodies are hidden.
He knows way too much about the PGA Tour. And that's why they are frightened. I mean, he doesn't. really care for them. You know, him being on, he's from Australia, so he's a different guy anyway. He didn't grow up here in the country club. He's from Australia. And so, yeah, buddy.
That's real talk, though, B. That's good stuff.
Man, we thank Derwin for coming through with the golf talk and the live talk and all that stuff. That's very interesting. That we spent that time on that, and
I really appreciate it. And then so this is like mid-June, so mid-July we got the British Open. Tiger's gonna play. By then there'll be another live event. No, there'll be probably another live event taking place by then, live golf. So we'll have more to talk about live golf related and Tiger playing next month, and I really look forward to delving a little more in both of those two topics.
Yeah,
thank you, my brother. I appreciate that.
Thank y'all very much for having me. It's been great.
Hey, wait a minute, you're gonna hang out for the NBA talk?
I'm gonna hang out. Oh, I gotta hang out for close out tonight. Close out.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say that the Golden State Warriors are winning the NBA Final Series. It's 3-2. The game tonight, 9:00 p.m. Eastern, is in Boston tonight. Golden State is up 3-2. You had Steph Curry, who went 0 for 9, I believe, from the 3-point line a couple nights ago, and they still wind up winning.
It's a team game, man.
Team game, yeah, absolutely. And you had what's his name? Andrew Wiggins, who got traded and found a home in Golden State. And here he goes, and he goes off, and he has a very good game. I believe he had 26 and 14.
He's had a pretty good playoffs.
Yeah,
he's had a pretty good playoffs, right? Dude, number one pick. Like let's not.
He can play.
Like the dude can't play basketball.
Play, boy.
He still jumps out the gym. It's like boxing. Styles make fighters, and he's playing in a system that allows him to do, what it is he does.
He's not asked to be heroic.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have to. The 26 that he gets is bam. A lot of rim running. He gets some putbacks. Takes a few. Like if that three is falling, he may take 2 or 3 a game, and he's still 6'8", long arm kid. He can play. I don't know why people talk about players like they just got him out the park somewhere. Like, dude's a pro, right? And you're right. I think Golden State can do it tonight. But I think Boston has a brighter future going forward as a team. So that's the way I see it.
Whoa. You can't just leave it like that hanging.
What's that based on?
What is that meaning?
The youth of their 2 stars. That's all.
Yeah, but youth means they won't have 2 stars for long because egos get involved, right?
Now I got my boy EB from back uptown, my man EB. He always said this from the beginning. Oh man, they're gonna have to get rid of them 2. They can't play together. I don't know if that's right. I think I haven't seen the animosity, Derwin, that people thought we would see. Because they're still getting their shots because there's no one else shooting. They're still getting their shots. They're still both getting their 20 shots. You've never seen that.
So in a basketball observation, all I'll say is that both those guys are isolation players.
Same dude.
And so they're the same dude. So when they're going ISO, so the ball's not moving, nobody's cutting, nobody's moving. And that's 2 guys on the floor at the same time doing that. You can't have 2 James Hardens. You can't. These guys are the same player.
They're a little bit better than James Harden because they both play defense to a degree. And like I said, I can just see if you get some shooters that'll run around them, it'll work. Because again, it's shot count is usually what I look at, and you're not going to have dudes because Steph and Clay, when they were in their prime, they was both putting up 20 shots a game. Easy. Because Draymond ain't shooting none. Iggy ain't shooting none.
Yeah, but those two young stars for the Celtics are being saved by old man Al Horford and the journeyman Derek White. Those 2 guys are saving those 2 stars.
I think Derek. I think Derek is going to stay. I think
the Spurs gave him away.
Yeah,
for 2 albums and a 6-pack. I mean, come on, man. They got nothing.
Yeah. Well, old boy that they kept is the truth. The point guard that they did keep, that boy's nice. So I guess they figured they just couldn't have.
But he's been hurt twice already. But I mean, that's another story. But
yes, he has been. Yes, he has. Yes. But he can play. But yeah, I because this thing here in Golden State, and these guys are great. Right. So even with Jordan Poole, and I think Wiseman is going to be an all-star when he gets back, whenever he's not hurt, whenever he gets back. But
that's provided they don't trade him. But guys,
no, they're not going to trade him.
They're not going to trade him.
Everybody else is very
bright.
Yeah, everybody else is. Draymond's 47. Steph is 85, and Clay, those dudes are going soon. So Poole is there.
I know
Wiggins is young.
I got what y'all saying,
right?
But
and you think back to
stranger things have happened. Yeah.
But the first 2 years in the league, Joel Embiid didn't even play because he had bad feet for 2 years.
Didn't even play.
So Wiggins got a bad knee 1 year. Okay, ride it out. Let's go. As long as he doesn't turn to Greg O with them knees, I think he's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
right.
No, I think. Shoot, I hope not. Golly, gee. Yeah, but Wiseman can play because the games he played last year when Steph was hurt, he accorded himself pretty well.
Yeah.
He ran in front of the rim, rebounded. He got a little jump hook. He got a little jumper. He doesn't try to. They were playing against Phoenix, and he was going up against old boy who's going to be out of Phoenix this year.
He's going to be out of there.
Aiden. And I was like, this dude is giving Aiden a little run. I mean, he's not trying to do too much.
He has some skill.
But he didn't step outside himself. I was like, man, Penny Hardaway was not wrong for getting his mama a house, a car, and a new crib, man.
Moving and relocating wherever he was.
Yes. Not a bad move.
So let me interject here. So with all that said, what did Boston do? What didn't Boston do? They looked like they kind of had Curry locked down for most of the night, right? What else could they have done? Go ahead, E.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Sports Chasers family. How y'all living? In my honest opinion, man, Boston is digging themselves their own grave. You cannot turn the ball over against a championship pedigree team. If you look at the losses that Boston has suffered, the turnovers have been ridiculous. 15, 16, 18. You can't have that, man. You giving Golden State, who is a pretty decent scoring team, except for a few quarters here and there, you giving them 20 points free, 22 points, 25 points. You can't do that. And then I'm sure I missed a lot, and I'm sure y'all said this already.
No, you go ahead.
I will say that you cannot start playing hero ball and the ball's not going in the hole. Okay. Tatum and Brown, they have spurts where give me the ball, clear out the way. If you look at it, when everybody on the team touches the ball, where Golden State has to figure out, okay, I got to guard this guy. Okay, he broke it down, so I got to go guard this guy. And they kick it out, swing it out. You have Grant Williams hitting for 12, 15, 18 points. You have Al Horford wide open. He has 10, 15 points. Marcus Smart. I'll talk about that later. But Marcus Smart, when he has 15, 18, 20 points, Boston is usually on the winning side of things. So it's not so much the scoring damage of the two young studs of Boston. It's the assists. It's the lack of turnovers. That is what Boston has to do tonight if they want to go back to Oakland.
And one more on that. And Boston's bench. Hey guys, 10 points is not going to cut it.
Nope.
10 points from the bench collectively from all these guys, it's not going to cut it.
I agree with all that, and I'm with you on that. And this is something that dudes talked about today. As much as Boston tries to gloss it over, they do not have a point guard on the squad now. And I'm old, right? So you call me Old Man River. And I'm not saying the new wave point guard, where point guard means scores points. I mean someone that, takes control of the tempo of the game, gets guys moving, gets the ball for people at the right times in their best position. They got smart doing it. And as Derwin said a few minutes ago, Mr. White from San Antonio, they probably need to run him more at the point and bump everybody down the slot. But then what happens is defensively, you don't have either Robert Williams or Grant have to leave the floor. You need both of them out there. So they don't have a point guard to get through the ball, to take the ball out of the hands of Jason and Jalen, because they don't need to have the ball that much. You can be a scorer, but you don't have to have the ball for 15 seconds of a 24-second clock to score. So that's a fatal flaw, I guess, in the team itself. And to their credit, they got there without a point guard. So I guess you got both. So.
And before anybody says, Golden State doesn't have a point guard. They got shooters everywhere. Let's understand something. You know who Golden State's point guard is? Golden State's offense is their point guard. If they trust one another as they have been and move the ball like they have been, this is what you get. So yes, we're in the era of positionless basketball. I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But yes, we're in this era. However, you still have to have certain things go your way in order to hide those how can I say, incompetencies of an offense. So if you don't have a big man, that's fine. If you have a small forward like Andrew Wiggins, who led the team in rebounding, you could overcome some other things, man. So yeah, that's all.
13 rebounds for Andrew Wiggins the other night.
Yeah. Referees gonna make it a game 7, man.
Yeah, it's just going to suck.
There'll be some Warriors in foul trouble early tonight. 2 of them are going to be on the bench. I'm pretty sure of it. The whistle's going to be blowing.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the Boston's bench probably is not going to score 10 points tonight. It's probably more likely they're going to get off tonight. I'll be surprised if Golden State wins tonight in Boston.
But Derek White can't have 21 minutes and 1 point. That can't happen.
Absolutely not. 21 minutes, 1 point, and one board. That's just not going to cut it. But
maybe he was taking pictures, man. Did he have a camera in his hand?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
Courtside photographer? What are you doing?
I mean, maybe he was.
He need to be reviewing the tape of the previous game. That's what he need to have a camera in his hand for. Yeah, look at that tape, boy.
But I don't suspect Curry's gonna go 0 for 9 tonight.
No, from the 3-point line.
From the 3-point line. But even that's still encouraging for Golden State, though. Even though with all that,
they won by 10.
They won by 10. So
and he didn't get off. How many points did he have? 14?
16 points.
16
points.
10 assists. You got them 10 assists.
Yeah, 8 assists. Yeah, 16 points, 3 boards, 8 assists.
Well, let me just say real quick.
Go ahead.
If Boston allows, and I shouldn't even say that because I don't think they have an answer for it. But if Boston allows Andrew Wiggins to dominate in the paint, and B, if Andrew Wiggins decides, hey, I'm pretty good down here underneath 16 feet, I don't see Boston having an answer for that. To be honest with you, they was not ready for that. They was ready for the Andrew Wiggins, a.k.a. Harrison Barnes, to sit out there on the wing and shoot the open 3 whenever Clay and Steph were guarded. And they did not have an answer for that. So I hope, Ime, I hope you have some adjustments for that, just in case if Andrew Wiggins get that ball down in the block again. Just another observation.
That's a whole fact right there. That's a whole fact.
Draymond Green scored more than 2 points. He had 8 points the other night. So I mean, maybe we could get 10 from him tonight.
Where's Draymond's lawyer?
Draymond was pushing.
I'm more worried of Draymond having 10 assists than 10 points, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
That's another good observation. Yes, that's just getting himself involved. He's not. Excuse me. He's not the scorer, or he's not the player that he was. Like DA said last week, that's not even his game no more.
Well, he wasn't even that. I mean, as a scorer, but as long as if he could facilitate the offense and get everybody moving and push that ball and get the flow of the offense rolling, then you're gonna start seeing something. But we'll see.
Hey,
that's one of them things that made them unstoppable. I'm sorry, D. I'm gonna shut up now.
No, you go ahead, brother. No, go ahead.
That's one of the things that did make them seem unstoppable was that when plays broke down and they kick it out to Draymond, at least years prior, he was able to knock down that open three.
Yeah, that open three. He's scared now. He's almost petrified to take that three.
He looks like Ben Simmons out there.
Shut up. Yeah. Even the mid-range stuff, he looks like he's petrified.
He's petrified. Like
I believe there was a play right underneath the basket. He did not shoot the ball.
Yeah,
in the third quarter.
He struggled, and it has affected him mentally. He probably won't say it, but I think it has. Just from me looking.
They used to run that 1-5 screen all the time because he was the 5, right? Or when Bogut was out, he was the 5. When he was in, he was the 4. It was always Steph and Draymond would run the pick and roll because either way, Steph was going to hit a 3, or Draymond was going to hit the man with the ball and get a layup. It wasn't even a jumper. Like he'd catch you cutting to the basket. It was a layup. It was very easy. And he is a very intelligent player. So what I would like to do, and I just need 1 second, Kevin. I do this from time to time. This is my Peter Griffin, what grinds my gears section. Real quick. And Derwin, don't go. Because I'm sure you'll chime in on this. I am so tired, man, of these dudes. And I respect all you young brothers. You are professional athletes. You've worked hard in front of people and without people there your whole lives to be where you are. But we're going to stop this flower giving today, right? Because there are not two equalities here, man. If you put something in something, you take something out of another. It's just the scales of life. So if we're giving dudes their flowers today that are still playing, you're taking away flowers from dudes that played that never really got them. Right? So again, Kevin's gonna be mad. Kevin's just gonna be mad. I was on TikTok today, which I try not to do. Right?
I told him.
I know, man. Right? So this dude was talking about somebody that we know, Kev, that we sent a letter to that we know, was talking about Anthony Davis. No, he's actually talking about Bill Walton. And he went over Bill Walton's stat line and who Bill Walton was and if he believed in that, belonged in that top 75 team. He asked, and I said, dude didn't belong in the 75 or the 50. Right? He only played 5 full years of basketball. Mm-hmm. Right? And all those 5 full years of basketball, he was not great in. He was great individually in 2. 76, 77 when they won the chip. And then the next year, he actually won the MVP, but he probably shouldn't have. I think Chuck Robinson probably could have won it that year. But off the point. So as he talked about that, I said, well, that's the same thing I think with Anthony Davis. I said, if you go over his stats and the time that he has actually played, dude is not top 75 anything. Right? So by you putting him on the team, Alex English can't be on the team. That's wrong. Dude, you are still playing. You have time to cast your card the way you need it to be cast. Hard work, whatever it is, baby. You win 8 more chips, then you're there, right? But you got the opportunity to do that. Alex English, Fat Lever, Dan Issel, they're not playing no more games.
Yeah.
And this generation has royally fucked the older players.
Sorry, Auntie.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but they're not getting a chance to even, get their quote unquote flowers. I hate that term.
Listen,
hey, when I die, don't bring me no flowers when I die, y'all. I will haunt you.
Oh no! We should be able to have guys have their flowers while they can still smell them.
Yeah, but again, there has to be a balance in life. So, because if you're doing that, then you're taking away flowers from other people.
So I lived in Denver during the Dan Issel era and Fat Lever and Alex English. I saw those guys play in person. I'm living in Denver those 4 years. They never win nothing.
No, but
they never win nothing.
Anthony Davis
scoring titles.
Well, what did Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis is a champion, man. You can bubble it all you want to. Anthony Davis is a champion.
He got one chip.
He's a champion.
Yeah, but his numbers just winning a championship, and this is my opinion.
He's a max player
in itself. Well, yeah, of course you pay him. Oh yeah, I understand that. Now.
Fat Lever was never. Fat Lever never made $100,000.
Yes, and Fat Lever right now about to call you, Derwin. But yeah, I didn't. He said, that's the problem.
So this is how old I am. If Fat Lee was in the game today, he'd be making $40 million a year.
Yeah, easy.
He was killing it back then, man.
I like you say, man.
Oh my goodness,
and I think it's part of our fault that dudes put a lot of onus on winning championships and all that. But today, the dude that I was engaging in conversation with is a big stat guy, and I was like, dude,
TikTok.
I said, let's bring up stats. And he brought up the stats, man, and your man AD. Woo! You go to Basketball Reference. It ain't good. It ain't good.
I didn't have to go there to figure that. I didn't have to go there. Because the guy don't play enough to get.
Well, yeah, and he said he didn't touch the ball since April. Let me jump on here right here.
About it.
I hate that 75, and I hate that they putting in today's players. As D.A says, and we're gonna have the merchants coming soon. Let history tell the story. Let history tell the story. There's a story about Shaquille O'Neal when they tried to put him on that All 75 team. Remember, Shaq didn't want to be on there. Shaq was like, "Yo, I didn't play yet."
The 50 list.
Didn't play.
That was the 50 list.
50, excuse me, the 50 team. I think Anthony Davis is a really great player. I don't think he's all-time 75. That's just my opinion of it, because like D-Dub says, he doesn't play enough. He doesn't stay on the court enough for me.
Dude, right
and now. Yes, he's a champion. Go ahead, D.A. Sorry.
No, I'm
done.
I'm saying, look, if right now, like real talk, y'all, we can sit here, 5 dudes that work regular jobs, and come up with,
for now,
arguably, 5 power forwards that the young boys would say would wash that man, that have played the history of this game. You can't be top 75. Like I got 5 power forwards better than you, right? If I got Kevin McHale better than you because he's going to up fake you out the gym, or Tim Duncan, or Kevin Durant because he ain't going to let you score. Like, come on, dude, stop, man. Yeah. My thing is, why?
Listen,
yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm out. I am out. Yes.
Stay on TikTok.
Stay on TikTok, man.
Stay on TikTok.
This segment is called the Gears. That what you call it? The Gears.
Grind my gears.
Grind my gears.
It's what grinds DA's gears.
I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry. But
yo, it's okay. Other NBA news before we let Derwin go. D-Dub, you had something about the NBA owner. Go ahead with that. No, was it the NBA or the NFL? I'm sorry.
No. Well, first of all, I just want to give shout outs to Steve Kerr because he has turned it around. And as far as I had some criticism from him, but he has definitely either listened to the show and started putting those young boys in. So shout out to him. And he's very confident going into Game 6, even saying that you got to have a type of confidence level and swag to go into a Game 6 and pull it out. So we shall see. We'll see. They're a championship team, so shout outs to him because I had some criticism from him.
Yes, same.
Sorry, we got a few more minutes with the NBA. I don't know what it was, Daryl. It was Sam Smith. He was the ex-ABA guy. He died without an NBA pension. What was your thoughts on that, real quick?
Oh, NBA. There's another one. Got to do better, man. You got guys out here that's grown your league, and we so happen to forget about the older guys, and that's the problem. And it happens all the time, where companies forget about your older
guys that paved the way,
and don't look out for these guys. And this guy, Sam, what was his name? Kevin Smith? Sam
Smith.
Yeah,
Smith,
ABA player, and died without the pension.
I think we were talking about before the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked a little bit about this, man. The reality is this, and I don't know it. When that, let's say, buyout happened, when I think 5 or 6 ABA teams were let go over to the NBA,
mm-hmm.
and the rest of those dudes was like, that movie with Andre 3000 and what's the dude's name? The funny cat, man. Had the basketball team in the 70s. Like, those teams, they didn't get nothing, dog.
Nothing.
Like they didn't get anything. So, like, I think Virginia Squires, right? So they didn't take the team. They took the players off the team, but not the team. That, if you was left there, you were done. There was nothing. You got nothing. Right? So, because I don't know, evidently the ABA was probably running on fumes, which is why, of course, it closed. So their pension money was probably gone. Right? Now, the fact that the NBA grabbed talent from that league, kind of blew up from that league, but didn't help out anybody from that league kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But when that happens, when that starts, you don't know like where or how much they should do and what they shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I got you. Understood. I'm with you.
Though. Yeah, I'm just, I'm a little disappointed. And every time the guy came around to bring the situation up, it seems like, yeah, we'll talk about it, but it seems like they, dragging their feet until, you pass away. That's crazy.
It's never important until it happens to one of them. Then it's going to be brought to the forefront. But that's unfortunate. But
shout out to Sam Smith and his family, ABA.
No doubt.
I'm sure they suffering. That's tough, man. And he asked them to take a picture of him on his deathbed so they could see how they, how he, he was left off. He didn't cry, he didn't moan, but I just think that we talk about the NBA taking care of it, and y'all really don't be taking care of, some of your past players. But that's all I had, Kev. I just seen that article earlier this week, and I just said, that's something that we should touch upon.
And on the NBA on a high note, high note, Sue Bird, she announced her retirement today from the WNBA at the end of the season. She is a decorated college basketball player as well as a WNBA star. E, what's your thoughts on Sue Bird on her retirement?
Sue Bird, man, one of the GOATs, if you will, UConn ladies basketball.
That's right.
I believe they won 3 or 4 titles.
Yeah, Sue Bird was the real deal.
Yeah, and then I believe she's at least a 1-time, 2-time WNBA champion with the Seattle Storm.
Plus a silver gold medalist with the
Olympics
and the Olympics.
5-time Olympic.
Yeah. She's very well decorated, and she's earned her stripes, man. To me, this is just my opinion. She kind of reminds me of a John Stockton type. I don't know what her steals and assists and all this other stuff, but that's just the savvy player that she was on the court. That's what she reminds me of. For all those who don't watch the WNBA, don't even have a clue of what I'm talking about. That's the type of player that Sue Bird was, in my opinion, on the court. Very decorated. the WNBA has a lot of stars that will help progress the sport forward. But Sue Bird, she's one of the ones that's decorated everywhere she's going. She's been a champion. So shout out to Sue Bird, man.
She went to the other prominent Christ the King High School out in Syosset, out in Long Island, New York. Mm-hmm. Not the other one.
Not the other one, but
the Christ the King. DA know what I'm talking about. But shout out to Sue Bird, man. And she's gonna end her career at the end of the season, as she announced today. We're going to end it, the NBA segment. Hey, Derwin, we thank you so much, my brother, for coming through today, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I appreciate you coming through.
Appreciate it very much. And
Fat Lever gonna call you, Derwin.
Yeah. And until the Nats in the playoffs, I won't see a single pitch of baseball. That's just what it is, man. Sorry, guys.
Indeed.
Yeah. Later, man.
All right, man.
He's appreciate you, man. I'll go off contribute, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Thank you, man. Oh man, that was
just real quick. That's the shortest applause I have ever heard in life.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That better?
Yes, sir.
That's better. Okay, that's better. Okay, cool. All right, man. Hey, we got some hockey to go to. Dan is not with us tonight, but we got some hockey that we got to comb through. The National Hockey League is in the Stanley Cup Finals, and they have the games is between the Colorado Avalanche and the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Colorado Avalanche won last night 4-3 in overtime. Me and D-Dub was going back and forth on text messages about the game. D-Dub, real quick before I read Dan's notes, what you thought about the game last night?
Yo, man, them boys on the Avalanche, Colorado, them boys are fast. They are fast to that puck. They can skate their ass off, man. Them guys are phenomenal. But shout outs to the champions, man. They made it. Colorado got off two early goals early, and shout outs to Tampa. Tampa came back and answered back. Tied it up until the overtime. So I suspect I said 7 games, so it's definitely going to be a good series.
Gotcha. Let me read some of Dan's notes. Dan left for me to read because he could not be with us tonight. He gave me a recap of the Tampa and the Rangers game. As y'all know, the Rangers, Tampa Bay eliminated the Rangers in 6 games. Tampa Bay came back and won 4 games in a row. Vasilevsky, he's that dude. He's that guy, goalie. The Rangers should not be ashamed of what they did. This is just me reading, just saying. So let me just read what Dan said. He said this was a great game. Stamkos got the scoring started in the second period with a wrist shot from the face dot on the rush, scoring on the far side over from the blocker, making it 1-0. This was kind of a bad goal to let in for Igor. And he was right. If you do remember watching that game this past weekend and the puck going in on his blocker side really was kind of a soft goal, so to speak. So Dan goes on to say, she says, Vetrano ties the game in the third with about 6:53 to go in the game. Nice face-off for the Rangers. Vetrano with a real nice wrist shot top of the face-off circle. And then at 6:35, Stamkos scores the second of the game with the help of Igor, who didn't secure the shot, and it bounced off Stamkos into the net. It bounced off his left leg, I believe. Daryl, and then Dan puts in there. Daryl didn't even get to finish singing the goal song when this goal was scored.
Yeah, that was...
because we've been messing with Dan this whole playoff series. Sing, Dan. Sing the Rangers goals, the goal scoring song. So Dan goes on to say, overall, both goalies had great games. Igor literally kept the Rangers in when it counted, at least 6 partial breakaways against them and made some great saves. He says the Rangers didn't want to go to Tampa in a must-win game against the back-to-back champs. So now Dan gives his analyst on game 1 of the Tampa and the Avs series for the Lord Stanley Cups. He says game 1, the Avs came out flying, even after a long layoff, pressuring Tampa for the first 10 minutes of the game. Landeskog started scoring at 7:47 of the first, then 1:30 later when Nick Niskushkin made it 2-0. Vasilevsky had a shaky start to this in the first period. Let me just interject. If you remember, if you see the first series is for Tampa Bay, this whole playoff. Vasilevskiy, he's absolutely has had shaky game one starts, but needless to say, they always come back. And Tampa Bay has not had home ice advantage this whole playoff, and they have managed to come to this. So Dan goes on to say Tampa Bay looked to regain the second period scores, and they scored 2 goals in 48 seconds. First, Pallet scored tap on a beautiful move by Kutcher around the Avs. A perfect pass from Pallet for an easy tap in. And then Sergasev, I think I said that right, scored the second goal by Tampa with a wrist shot from the point just inside near the post, similar to the 2 other goals scored against the Rangers. No scoring in the third. Brodovsky got the winner off a good bounce that ended up on the Avs stick for the quick pass to Brodovsky, one-timer, and the game was over. And this is what Dan says. He says, while watching the game, you can see just how fast the Avs are up and down. D-Dub just mentioned that the Avs skate. It's just like they change lines every 20 seconds. Interesting to see if Tampa makes some adjustments to try to slow the Avs down in future games, as Dan says. He says he felt Nichushkin was very noticeable in the games for the Avs. He had 1 goal, 1 assist, 6 shots, and the puck kept finding him. Braden Point made his return to the lineup after being out 31 days due to injury and made an impact by getting assists on Tampa's first goal. That was Dan's notes for game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Any thoughts on the Stanley Cup Finals? What do you think so far?
Man, this is what everybody expected Colorado to come out and take charge with their just their pure skill and speed. It was on display. If you didn't catch them the first couple of rounds in this playoffs, that game 1 will tell you exactly who Colorado is as a team. Them boys is fast. They don't take no ice time off, man. It doesn't matter what line it is. It's blinding speed, and them guys can play. But like I've been telling y'all for at least the last two rounds, don't disrespect the champs. You know what I'm saying? Tampa has been here. I don't think they've seen a matchup quite like Colorado. However, they're not going to waver. They're not going to, the light is never too bright for them. Stage is never too big. They've seen it all just about. And I said Tampa in 6. This may go 7. But Tampa basically showed y'all exactly what type of team they are. They were down 2 early. It looked like Colorado was going to blow the doors off of them. They put it together. They played their style of hockey. And honestly, that was good to see in the first game of this round. Because as Kev stated, Tampa always starts out slow, and it seems like they give up 5, 6, 7 goals, and then they regroup. It was good to see them regroup in the first game, and I think that will carry over for the rest of the series. But I still say I will say I said this before. The goalie for Tampa Bay is the overall X factor. Regardless of all that speed that Colorado has, Tampa has the better goaltender, in my opinion, and I think that's what ultimately help them lift Lord Stanley's Cup once again.
That's Gillespie, and that's it.
I it's speed on strength, man, and speed won round 1. Even though there was a comeback and overtime, things just got fast again. It's not that it's like 3 times faster, but it definitely seems that they stay on the attack. And, the defensemen for Tampa Bay just could not keep up. Too many passes across the ice, and they always had someone standing right in front of the goalie. So those things, usually bigger teams route people out of there, but that did not happen this time. So we'll see what the adjustments are, but they're like he said, every line for the Avalanche is fast, and they're all very skilled with the puck. So you don't really get a break on any line coming in for that team. So
none so well, man. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what the Stanley Cup the finals. They'll reconvene on Saturday in Denver at the Bell Center. So be good to see. We'll have Dan back next week as he talks about the Stanley Cup Finals. We're gonna move on to Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball, the Power 25. Before I get into the Power 25, there's a couple good teams playing. The Yankees, my Yankees, are 30 games over 500.
30, my G.
30. I know it's June. June. What is it? It's June 16th. I know. It's June 16th.
This is impressive, though. They're going to run into
the murder's roll.
Yeah, they're going to run into the little harder schedule coming up.
Yeah.
After they get rid of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays here, because, it's 1-0 right now. But, the Yankees playing phenomenal ball right now. They're 30 games over 500. But shout out to the defending world champion, Atlanta Braves, who have won 14 in a row.
Yeah.
And that 13 or 11 game, they was behind the Mets. Hey, that thing is 4 or 5 games now, I believe. If I look it up real quick, somebody look it up for me.
Yeah.
Mets and the Phillies have won 11 or 12 in a row. Yeah. After they fired their manager. Now, I don't know what happened to the Angels, why that's not – they firing their manager.
Because obviously it's more to it than just the man. No.
Hey, the Braves as of tonight, the Braves are 4 games back. So,
4 games back. That was 11 about a month ago.
A quick series between the two, and that could change, right? So,
so – Acuna Jr. is the real deal, as we always been saying, right?
Well, we knew that. I mean, this guy, it is what it is. But 14-game winning streak right now. They hot.
And the Phillies too. What are the Phillies doing? The Phillies are also doing their thing ever since they fired Girardi.
Girardi, which is I don't know what Girardi did wrong.
Yo,
some people just don't respond to a certain voice,
or the voice, is heard. Is you don't hear the voice no more, right?
Yeah,
so to speak.
And I don't think that's nothing to do against Girardi. I think it was just a bad fit, and sometimes it happens, man.
Yeah, I totally agree. I didn't think that was a really good fit from the get-go, but I mean, I don't know.
And it's 1-1 Yankees and Tampa. So let me get Power 25 according to the Athletic. Shout out to the Athletic. We love the Athletic. The Yankees are 44-16. They're number 1. The Dodgers are number 2. The New York Metropolitans, they're Hale and Queens. They're 40-22. They're right there with it. And with the Mets, DeGrom and Scherzer have yet to return. So
yeah, man. Not good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So when that happens,
that year when
you're right.
That year when they had Pulsifer, Wilson, and the other dude, and all 3 of their pitchers got hurt. Yeah. The Mets do have a little bit of snake bitten with them. So
yeah, you're right. Number 4, the San Diego Padres, 37-24 as of yesterday.
They are 41-24. Ahead of the Dodgers. So that's
right.
Gotta
say it with your chest, DA. Tell them, DA.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Both my teams is doing what they do.
Okay. All right.
Diego.
All right. I'm sorry. This is 2 days a little bit old. All right. These are just disrupting my thing. All right. The Astros are 5. Blue Jays are 6. Atlanta 7. Atlanta Braves coming right back up. St. Louis Cardinals are 8. Which I think about my man. He pitched 123 pitches the other night and lost a no-hitter, man. And they blaming the manager. He said, "Oh, he had them playing him." And I was like, "Man, stop it, man.
Stop."
We always gotta try to blame somebody. That's the problem, man.
Things
happen, bro.
Yo, he hit the ball over the out of. I mean, St. Louis. I forgot the St. Louis the center fielder. He's like the best in the game, and he hit it over his head. Just didn't happen, man.
Yeah,
it's 120.
That's baseball, bro.
Baseball, yep. Game of inches, right?
Happens. Yeah, y'all gotta calm down, man.
You can have no hitters and still lose the game. So I mean, come on, things happen, B.
Yeah.
You people gotta stop playing these baseball games, these video games, man. Y'all think, man, that y'all got it on auto. This is not auto in Major League Baseball.
You said auto.
Hey, and y'all can send me your PS5s because y'all don't need to be playing no baseball.
Yeah, sure don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because didn't Tony break up a no-hitter last night? Yeah,
yep.
He broke up a no-hitter last night. Cardinals are number 8 in the power 25 ranking. Tampa Bay's number 9. Minnesota Twins are tied with the San Francisco Giants at 10. Milwaukee Brewers are 12. The aforementioned Philadelphia Phillies, they're 30. They're back to 30. They're over 500. Excuse me. They're 32-30. The Red Sox are 32-29. The Cleveland Guardians, 29-27. The Miami Marlins, number 16. The LA Angels, the aforementioned LA Angels, man. Listen, DA.
Sir.
I know we keep beating this dead horse about this thing, man. But what is going to happen to the Angels, man? What is going to happen? What
do you mean? My man's getting the hell up out of there, right? So,
wait.
You talking about Mikey?
You talking about Mike or Tony? Shohei?
Shohei's got to stay. Well, Mikey's going. Mikey's telling dudes, listen, man, I gave it my all. I tried my best for the last 10 years. They never brought me any players. So that's it. Got to go. So
never bought him any players or any trainers for that matter.
Yeah.
I got to go on. Nope. I'm sorry. The White Sox. Hey, fire! I think I put that in the. I mean, I wasn't on last week, but I think they was saying fire La Russa. What's up?
Wait, you said that like you shocked.
Yeah,
I told you that last year. Oh man! Again, same thing with Girardi. The guys are not listening to you. I will say, your players have not been hitting well. Okay, you got Yoan Moncada, Yo-Yo as they call him, Southside. He finally hit his first 5-hit game in God knows how long. So if the bats start to catch fire, once Timmy Anderson comes back to set off the offense, I think they'll be fine. Will they make the playoffs? No, but they'll be playing a lot better than what they are. But ultimately, yes, fire La Russa, please. Could you bring in some young inspirational manager in there to rally these guys and move forward? That's all I ask, man. You need another voice. Definitely need another voice in Chicago.
He needs to stop telling people to get off his lawn while they're standing on concrete. That's how Tony.
Yeah, that too.
The Texas Rangers, they're number 19.
Damn, Tony.
Arizona is number 20. The Mariners are 21. The Rockies are 22. Cubs 23, 24. The Baltimore Orioles and the Pittsburgh Pirates are number 25, bringing up the rear there, man. So other notable things here with Major League Baseball. I wanted to touch on. I was going to say Bud Selig, but he's not no longer. What's your man, Manfred? Manfred said, the commissioner. Manfred said today. He said
when the meeting's going on. Yeah, go ahead.
Manfred said today, the Major League Baseball commissioner. He said, if the stadium deals for the Tampa Bay Rays and the Oakland Athletics are not worked out when it's time for their leases to expire, they will look for other places to relocate the teams. DA, we got 30 seconds. Man. Go ahead.
We're gonna stop hijacking cities, man. With this shit, man. Like you guys are millionaires and billionaires. If you don't want to be there, leave.
Exactly.
Bye-bye.
Hey, what was that hijacking in Die Hard? What was his
Franz Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
Yeah,
Hans Gruber.
Nice accent, Hans.
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay.
It hurts, man, to make me laugh. Stop.
Hans. Yeah, dog. This is enough. Is enough, man. These guys got to stop. I mean, I don't even know what to say no more, man. This is just straight out of Die Hard. This is exactly what on a Christmas. This is
Did Hans' little brother come back for revenge too later?
Yeah.
Had Samuel Jackson out there looking hot sweaty. Oh, you dirty.
I'm sorry, Kev. I'm sorry. I didn't. It just he said hijack.
I had another title for the show, but that's
that hit me late, man.
I'm sorry, man.
Hans. I gotta watch the ball, man.
Listen, DA is absolutely right. This is just like drawing the line and saying, hey, your stadium deal's not done. Hey, guess what? We're gonna move your team.
Yo, bye.
Well,
bye.
That's where I see it.
The A's want to go to the A's owner wants to go to Vegas and go join the Raiders. That's fine. Go ahead, D.
No, I'm not raising my hand. I'm saying goodbye. Go. Yo, you gonna stop holding these, Major League Cities, taxpayers, we all love the game, but at what cost? We're not going.
We see it. We see it going in Charlotte. We don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
David Tepper might.
Yeah, he might move the team. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll tell you that.
They might be going to Raleigh.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Please don't. I'll say that for off the air, man. I'm
just saying.
My auntie's watching this show.
Hans Gruber.
That traffic. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that is funny. Oh man, I lost my we gotta get out. We got a few more minutes, but that is funny. DA, things make you grind your gears. Lamar Jackson, he's back in camp. Thoughts?
Dude, I'm so freaking tired of these people on TV acting like this man is a retard or he doesn't know. I'm sorry, retard is not a word we use anymore. My bad.
No, we don't use that word no more. No.
That he is stupid for not having an agent and everybody getting in his pockets. Don't pocket watch. If he goes out there and bets on himself and loses, it is what it is. Right? That's all this is, man. I don't think he can play quarterback. All the things the guy said all these years. Oh, he's a running quarterback. No, not really. He can run, yes. Oh, he takes too many hits. No, not really. He will get out of bounds. Like, no one's doing the Cam Newton anymore. We all see how that movie ends. He can throw the ball well enough because Hollywood Brown got another contract. And just let the kid play, and let him take care of his own financial issues with that team. I don't know why he hasn't signed yet. I ain't got no beef with him either. So he has a reason that, he's not signed yet. And that's all that matters.
As the NFL enters I believe this was what the OTAs, what is OTAs? Yeah, so it's June. Training camp will start up next month, end of next month, and then late July. DW has some other NFL news about that's what I meant to tell you. The Denver Broncos new owners, Walmart and Miss her name escapes me. Young black female. Not a young black female, but she's married to
Melanie Hobson.
Melanie Hobson, yes. And it's just funny how that story went underneath the radar. I didn't hear much about it. All I heard was frontline runner was the Walmart, and that was it. You didn't know that she was a black female, and she has not even a partnership, a portion with the half ownership with the team. And I think that's the first African American black female who owns a team, which I just you know what?
Where's the pom poms at?
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see, just kind of weird how that story didn't go and went untold.
Well, I think because the headliner is Walmart. It's Sam Walmart's family. That's why.
I'm surprised. The woke crowd didn't get out and.
So we just read the headlines and don't do no research after the. Oh, okay, never mind.
Well, I mean, DA said it several episodes ago. Read the book, and clearly they have not.
Yeah, they didn't listen. Obviously, they don't listen to that.
So maybe we need to republish that issue, that episode. So
yeah.
Great show tonight, man. Great. You guys was funny at the end, boy. Y'all perked some energy up, man, because I was literally not really doing well, but I'm good now. Thank you guys. Hans Gruber.
Yo, nice. I gotta go find that
boy, man.
Shout out to Die Hard.
Shout out, yeah. Hey, we can be found on all Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all social media platforms. We're on there. TikTok. DA, stay off TikTok this week, please.
Sure.
What else? We got a website
podcast.
Yes, there you go, D-Dub. We got our own website up. It's up and running. Check us out. You want to be a guest on, holler at us. You want to email us, holler at us, whatever. We're on all major podcast platforms. You name it, we're on it. We got it. We miss you, Mike Mills. Mike Millie's doing his Cypher stuff.
Primo.
Doing his thing. Shout out to him. As he's going out and he does his other endeavors. I don't think we missed anything. With that said, I'll start off with E. Your parting shots. What you got for us, brother?
Yo, another great show. Pardon my lateness. Shout out to Derwin for his insights on golf and the NBA. You know what I'm saying? It's always a pleasure. Shout out to my man Dan. Yo, man, don't disrespect the champs. Yo, I don't have nothing heavy, man. Yo, man. Yo, just watch out for your fellow man, woman, and child, man. We'll make it through, man. It doesn't hurt to be nice in this world, man.
That's right. Holla. No doubt. DA, what you got, bro?
Everybody just be safe, man. Take care of yourselves. Make tomorrow better than it was today. Always add on. All right? Later.
Sound like some We Are the World stuff. Thank you, DA. Appreciate
it. Hey, I'm trying, man.
D-Dub.
Yo, another good one, man. Appreciate everybody checking in. Appreciate Derwin coming by, giving us a good conversation on golf. And
yes, that was great.
PGA really needs to do better. And I don't understand stopping somebody from getting a bag. You know, it's all good when you have money, but when the next cat trying to come up and trying to put a stamp on, put the stake in the ground, trying to get his, everybody got a problem. I just can't subscribe to that, bro. I'm just not with that. But other than that, great show, everybody. Yo, see you next week. Sports Chasers Podcast, man. We trying to do it.
No doubt. I don't have nothing heavy. Just glad to be back. Glad to be back on. We're trying to do some big things, and appreciate Derwin for coming through. Dan, we miss you. Mike Millie, we miss you, bro. Like D-Dub said, we had a very good, interesting conversation with golf, and that's what we try to bring here to this show. Facts, we bring the facts, and we talk about it, we articulate it, and so, you guys can listen to it and, form your own opinion or whatever you want to do. And I'm with D-Dub, man. This is America, right? You're supposed to get the bag, right?
Shit, man. They trained us, man. They trained us to. This is what it is.
Excuse me. We are doing great things. Excuse me. You're right, D-Dub. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is America. You're supposed to get the bag, so why not? What's the problem? So PGA do better.
PGA do better.
Do better.
Or else we're going to Hans Gruber you.
Hans Gruber.
I know I missed that segment, and I know we got to go. I'm gonna just say this: the PGA.
Yeah, go ahead, D. Go ahead.
Y'all ought to be happy that LIV Golf is here and there's a buzz outside of the great Tiger Woods, because that's the only time anybody talks about the PGA. Yes, I said it.
Yo, mic drop.
I would drop my microphone, but I paid some decent money for it. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Yo, shout out to LIV Golf, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank the PGA. They act like they hate you, but they thank you at the same time because it's a buzz. I said it, and I'll shut up on that one.
On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. Dorian D.A. Albritton, Daryl D. Warren, James the Angry One Warren, Dan the Hockey Dude, Mike Mills. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers podcast, man. Yo, we'll see y'all next week. Y'all be good. Play this outro music, I guess. Is it on here? There you go.
Golden State tonight, huh? Yeah, I'm taking Golden State tonight.
I'm taking Golden State tonight.
Get it out of here, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait till when's the next game? Wednesday? Game 7 on Wednesday?
Yeah, next week. Golden State, get them out of here, Golden State.
Please. Jason Tatum, a superstar?
Yo, this is a Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all have a...
Yeah.
He's a star.
Out of here.
Y'all have a great week.
Boston.